He's finally here, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the best feeling of the entire series, Enter Doma. Wow, I am shocked of how perfect his voice and designs were. I don't know about you guys, but that moment felt somewhat magical as he appeared to the two siblings like some sort of an angel, and just the scenery behind them and how the moon lit up his face and just the entire scenery. Wow, honestly, the last 3 episodes have all got me speechless, to be honest. Before we start the video, do me a favor and leave a like, as it would help a lot. That being said, let's get into this breakdown, starting with where we left off last episode. After our heroes managed to cut off Gyutaro and Daki's head, Gyutaro kind of self-destructed and everything seemed hopeless. Surely there was no way for Tanjiro to get away, right? But no. Nezuko had other plans as she nonchalantly saved him and everyone. Listen, some might call it lazy writing and plot armor. The fact that Nezuko just happened to come out of nowhere in a perfect timing and just managed to heal everyone. But let me tell you why it makes sense. First of all, Kyoto's blood demon art, it basically is him controlling his blood, and it has some form of a poison infused in it. And Nezuko's blood demon art is literally her exploding her blood, right? And the fire that comes in her blood demon art, it basically works on demons and not on humans. It has no effects on them. When you look at it from that point of view, her pointing the poison that was inside them makes perfect sense. Now let's get on to what possibly has got to be the saddest backstory in the entire series, and of course I'm talking about Daki and Kyoto's backstory. In this episode, we learned what made Gyutaro and Daki what they are, and how their upbringing and environment was honestly to blame. As Gyutaro mentioned, if Daki had a better role model and born into a family maybe of a higher wealth, how so different she could have come out. Gyutaro, after he was cruelly treated all his life for being ugly and having a terrible voice. When Daki was born, whose name was revealed to be Ume, he felt a sense of pride for the first time of his entire life, and it finally gave him a reason to cling onto life and a why. And as we know, sometimes when you look at especially someone like Gyutaro in that situation, this why is what made him overcome everything. His bad voice, his ugliness, quote unquote, his environment. And when that one thing was almost about to be taken from him, he just cried out to the gods. Now you can see why Gyutaro blamed himself when she got burnt, and even when they both went to hell at the end, he blamed it on himself. This is a perfect segue to my next discussion point. How much alike the two are to our Nezuko and Tanjiro. That's why Tanjiro, even after all the things they have done, cried for them at the end. I mean, yeah, it's Tanjiro and he is a pure-hearted young boy. But sitting there and contemplating that the two spots in life very well could have been the same as the demons they were looking at. Also, it's kind of scary when you think about the fact that Tanjiro and Nezuko were founded by a Hashira in Kyu, and how Gyutaro and Daki were founded by a demon, an upper moon at that. Now, we don't know if Doma played a role in developing them as a demon, or like if they had a relationship, but if he did, we know just how much impact that would also add to the two young kids' already messed up upbringing. Let us next talk about the moment we have all been waiting for, all us manga readers anyway, the full appearance of Upper Moon to Doma. I mean, wow. He is legit everything I had envisioned to him being and sounding, and honestly way more. He is basically perfect. I legit have no gripes about anything, and that's a kudos to Ufotable. They stay loyal to the manga, and with that budget and animation, they blew it out of the water. Now, some people might be a little disappointed to see Doma with silver hair and not golden hair, but somewhere in the back of my head, I still think once we see his present day full appearance in the anime, most likely the first episode of season 3, he will have his golden hair. Don't quote me on that. Next up, let's talk about the appearance from Obanai, the snake pillar, the serpent pillar to be precise. Like seriously, man, what an asshole he is, and I love it. He kept reminding Tengen how it was Upper Moon 6, the weakest of the Upper Moons. Like, bro, how about you go and fight one Obanai? Also, keep in mind, before this point in the story, an Upper Moon had not been defeated over 113 years. And Obanai is over here reminding Tengen how it was only the weakest Upper Moon and that he shouldn't be happy. Man, I love Obanai. By the way, if Obanai had faced Gyutaro and Daki, he would most likely have soloed them. High difficulty at that time. But still, come on Obanai, give Tengen some credit. And finally, Tengen retiring as a Hashira. Tengen really deserves this. Even though Obanai had made such a great point when he said that Demon Slayer Corps already has one Hashira spot missing due to the death of Gyutaro, and that he should fight till the end. Even in in the sorry-ass condition he is in. Tengen tells Obana to not worry as the future of the Demon Slayer Corps is in fine hands with the youngsters Tanjiro Inosuke and Senetsu. And he is right. Tanjiro Inosuke and Senetsu are no more those weak little kids we knew from before who were honestly helpless. They played a major role in the defeat of an Upper Moon. You could very well make the argument that they are indeed Hashira level now, because if you remember, one of the requirements to become a Hashira was defeat a Lower Moon. I mean, they already did that in the Mugen Train arc, but now they took a major part in the defeat of an Upper Moon, something that before this had not been done for over 113 years. And finally, Tengen stayed true to his promise he made to his wives that once they had defeated an Upper Moon, that they would retire from the front line. Tengen really deserves this. I mean, especially when you look at Tengen as a character and all the trauma he had went through in his past, basically being forced to murder his brothers. How did you guys like this episode? Personally, it hit every single little detail I wanted it from as a manga reader and far exceeded my expectations. In the end, they kind of teased us a little bit, showing us Akasa, and my mouth kind of dropped, I'm not gonna lie, as I thought we would see the Upper Moon meetings. But then I realized we had like 4 minutes left, and I was like, oh, they're probably gonna save it for the start of next season. Let me know what you guys think down below, and definitely expect way more content about season 2. Now that it has ended, I'm just gonna make a lot of content on it. And finally, thank you so much for 800 subscribers. The growth is so humbling, and even though, you know, to some 800 subscribers might be not much, but to me it means a lot. I am really proud of this little community we are forming here on YouTube, and if you have not yet done so, make sure to subscribe to join this community. That being said, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.